Welcome everyone to this special class of Unlock Your Potential. And this class is going to be jam-packed with actually clearing your blocks here today. That's my initial intent of what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be also explaining to you about life vision mentoring, those who want to go deeper into raising your personal vibration frequency. And we're going to have some fun along the way. I really want us to enjoy this process. And many of you know what I do, many of you don't know what I do. And so I will explain really quickly so that we can get into it straight away. And the key aspect of what we're going to be doing today is a technique called light body alignment. And it looks sometimes like I'm just clicking my fingers, but what I'm actually doing is shifting the vortexes within the body. So what will happen, it will realign it so that when we have a statement, you'll get to hear this, but when we have a statement, it will adjust the statement so that it's no longer a stress for the person I'm working with. And as cool as that is, what I think is even super cooler is we get to clear this block, not just for the person I'm working with, but for everyone in the room here today. And then I'm going to go one step further, and that this light body alignment actually works beyond time and space. In other words, if you're listening to the replay, you're going to get the same clearing as if the person I'm working with live. And so the exciting thing today is we all are going to get to clear. I've got 10 brand new statements for us today to actually clear around relationships, around money, and around living your soul's purpose. And that's what we're going to be looking at today. So I'm really excited, and we're going to start in a few minutes, but I just want to sort of set the scene so that we can get the best value over the next 75 minutes for everyone. So I want to start off with this particular slide, and this slide really is finding the key to unlocking your potential. And that's what we're going to be sort of really delving into today. What you're going to learn in terms of the process here today is how to align your vision, your life's vision, with your actions so that you're constantly and sometimes almost magically realizing your potential. And what happens is we have these sabotages that stop us from actually achieving what we're meant to be achieving in our life. And some of them served us in our past, many of them don't anymore. And I want to clear the ones that don't serve you anymore in moving forward. That's what we're going to be looking at today. Heather's already said who I am, but all those things, the key aspect is that I'm the chief visionary in the visionschool.org, and we'll be talking about that more as we go through. I also have a huge distinction between vibration and frequency. And I just want to get some of these terms so when we're clearing things, we know what we're clearing. And vibration here is our connection to the inner world. It's like our level of consciousness. David Hawkins had a scale of 0 to 1,000. And most people, the planet, by the way, at the moment, we are at 199 in terms of the Earth. This is really exciting stuff. In the next month, the average person will get across to 200. That's why all this turmoil is going on at the moment in the world. In terms of people here, most people who turn up here are probably going to have a vibration around about 500, unless you've been working with me for a while. And what's really interesting is within 4 months, just think about this, in 4 months, we can double your vibration and get it literally over 1,000 on the David Hawkins scale. And we've done this over the last 6 or 7 years with a couple of hundred people now with 100% success rate of people who are really committed to lifting their vibration to make a difference in the world. And I think that's just so exciting. But what I found when I started this is I had this really quite a high vibration anyway, but I was out of relationship, out of money, and out of work virtually, struggling. I don't know if anyone relates to any of those three. And I found that the difference is separating vibration and frequency. And frequency generally relates, if you like, to the law of attraction. It's about how can we manifest out in the world, an external component. So vibration is internal, frequency is external. How can we start manifesting stuff? Where's our stuff of what we can do? And so I want to sort of leave it at that at this stage and really jump in to some of the statements that we've actually created here today. And the way we're going to do this is we're sort of going to work on a bit of a volunteer basis. I may volunteer you, but if you want to be chosen, because you will be up on the replay if you do get volunteered, so just letting people know that. If you want to volunteer, if you raise your hand electronically, that way I'll be able to find who's here. We've got too many people for one screen, and that way I can choose from the people who have got their hands up, etc., to see what we're doing. So that's sort of what we'll be using that basis today to sort of choose people. And feel free to sort of put your hand up. You still may get chosen, by the way, if I'm muscle testing, because I'll be muscle testing from now on. You may get chosen even if you haven't put your hand up. Or if you've got your hand up, I'm really after the best person for the group. And that's sort of where we're sort of coming from at the moment. And so we're actually going to start with Glenda, because you did jump your hand up really quick. So Glenda, did you want to jump on? How are you, Glenda?
Really well, thank you, really well.
Oh, awesome. I'm going to start this round looking at relationships. And relationships could be intimate relationships, but it also could be how we relate to each other. And probably the most important aspect in our life is how we relate to each other at the end of the day, isn't it?
Mm.
So the statement I've got for you is, can you say for me, and the statement is, I am constantly growing and evolving.
I am constantly growing and evolving.
Yeah. What comes up when you hear that?
In relation to relationships, are you saying, or just whatever?
In relation to relationships.
What comes up for me is that I am constantly changing my the frequency of the way I relate to people, but I'm going to get better and better at it so that I don't lower my vibration. I just attune in. You know what I mean? It's like I access a frequency.
Okay. And
that's what comes up.
Okay. And one of the things with this, Glenda, is that sometimes a part of that growth, it is about letting old relationships go too, isn't it?
Yes, I recognize that. I've been feeling that lately, that maybe friendships that I've had where I'm still, I suppose, being there for people, maybe that's not going to be the case anymore.
Yeah. And so that's make that okay, I guess, is to me, it's almost trying to always do that the most empathic and kind way we can do, isn't it, really? Like sometimes
Correct. Yes.
Time to move on. And I love the fact that you're talking about raising frequency, because if we're raising frequency, sometimes we do move on. We don't make the other person right or wrong.
Yes, that's
right.
One thing
I've chosen to do is I'm not dropping my vibration, dropping my frequency to fit in anymore.
Yes. Yeah, I recognize that.
Okay. And that's sort of true for everyone here today. So recognizing this is about keeping that high energy component going. So let's just clear this. And as I clear it, you might even just pick up something within yourself. So in the chat room, I'd love you to do two things. First of all, put down your name and where you're from, because we've got people from around the world here today. And secondly, if you're picking up these changes, make a comment about what change you're picking up for yourself. It just helps with other people. So can you say for me, please, I am constantly growing and evolving.
I am constantly growing and evolving.
Yeah. How's that feel saying that now?
It feels actually untethered now. There's no holes on it.
Yeah, look, well
It
done.
feels
That's a
exciting.
great start for today. And you've
Thank
chosen
you.
to go further with this as well, haven't you?
I have actually. I've just made the payment today. So
Oh, awesome. What was the major thing? What was the reason? What was behind that for you?
it was more that I had kept on asking God for help, that I couldn't find people to talk to actually help me to get in my zone.
Mhm.
And I suppose, getting frustrated by that, thinking, if not now, when? And I thought, well, okay, maybe this is how it's showing up then, because I've been through a lot of stuff over the past 20 so years, or 30 years actually. And I suppose I didn't feel the doubt about this one, whether it was going to deliver or not. It was like, okay, God, this is how it's showing up, then fine. Who am I to say what it looks like? So
I have to say, everyone who's done the program, I actually get people to meditate on this, like if you want to go further down the rabbit hole, meditate to make sure it's a fit. And I want to congratulate you on stepping up and actually hearing that call. So well done.
yeah, because I actually listened to my body, and I could feel the excitement more than the doubt. And that's why I thought, oh no, this feels good. So yeah, so I didn't need to meditate per se, but I go within, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. You're still getting those answers within, aren't you?
Correct. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Well done. Great first statement.
Thank you for your trust.